Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anger Banjo. We're jumping back into our absolutely and utterly blind playthrough of Chrono Trigger on PC through Steam. And right now, it looks like last time we kind of ended off on a little bit of a downside there. We had this little Lavos thing just decimate our party. Now we're kind of trying to bring Chrono back, so we're climbing up Death's Peak. We have the Chrono Trigger, or the Time Egg. We also have the Doppeldoll for Chrono. As you can see, we also got Magus in our party, so we have to kind of be careful here. It looks like the big key thing here is, I didn't realize this when we were fighting this thing last time, is there are two pieces. There's the beak, and then there's the body. If we attack the body's going to kind of send out like spikes and stuff, and the spikes will mess us up. So we don't want that to happen. We actually want to fight this thing and just attack the beak and really just, you know, kill it like that. And as you can see, killing the beak destroys the whole thing, and we survived. Barely, but we still survived. Decent amount of experience points, decent amount of tech points. Not that bad. Like I said, right now, our other goal, as well as trying to bring Chrono back, is also to raise our, I guess we'll call it our tech points for our characters. We want all our characters to have all their skills. They all, you know, we want to make sure they all have every skill they can have before we reach that end game scenario. I don't want to go into end game and not have all our characters be at the best possible situation they can be at. Now I know we only use a certain amount of characters throughout the game. We really are very heavily a Marl and Robo and Frog, Luca, you know, certain characters we use more than others. Ayla has barely been used, so she's going to be the hardest one to level up. Not level up because everyone levels up, it's more along the lines of increasing their tech points. I like how Magus doesn't even like walk or run, he just kind of floats. Well, it's not really a float, it's more of a hover, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, hopefully we're able to get to the peak of this mountain today and resurrect Chrono. That right now is our big key. Right now you see we have multiple chests here. We got the Brave Sword. I don't know who that's for. That's probably either for Chrono or Frog, if we're being realistic here. I don't like these things, so we're just going to do an AoE attack on them and hope that that will actually wipe them out one turn. I know we're probably not high enough level for that end game experience, but we could be a little bit too high of a level for this section. I guess we'll find out. Like I said, we're getting the experience points, we're getting the tech points, we're getting the gold. No one's getting any new skills, which is unfortunate, but you know, we're progressing. And I'm definitely not going to say this is definitely, I'm a little bit lost. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm definitely 100% lost. I know what we're supposed to do, but I'm a little confused as to how to get there. If you guys are following, that's what I'm trying to say. Is I'm definitely a little on the kind of confused side because once again, we point this out every time we're playing this game here. Every single video we've done, all 30 other parts up to this one, we get lost because there's no sense of direction. There's no indication of where we're supposed to go. And when you don't have that indication of where you need to go, it really creates this level of frustration as the player, especially if it's your first time and especially if you're playing it blind. I know a lot of these older games from the SNES and NES era, you know, they used to make these things called player's guides, and player's guides would essentially, you know, be, you know, expensive, like 20, 30 bucks. And you would use that player's guide to get through the game from A to, you know, Z, and it will give you all the information you need, all the characters' level stats for this one, all the enemy stats, the strats, to beat bosses. And, you know, with the advent of the internet, strategy guides are gone. We don't need them anymore because you can get everything online. Now, of course, you know, the things we're finding online, obviously, the online walkthroughs, they're not from professionals. We'll say that with air quotes. You guys can't see that. For example, we're using a guide when we're playing Persona 4 to make sure we do everything. And, you know, when you play Persona 5, we do the same thing. We're using a guide. Not to get through the game, but to maximize our time. You know, Persona is if you know, you watch our Persona videos, Persona is a game series where we really do have to manage our time, our social links, and all that stuff. We're using a guide for that. What I'm saying is the players' guides they used to make back in the day might not have covered that as much, but they probably would have done, you know, a decent amount in terms of like games like this. Now that's at the same point in time. I remember back in the day, you know, subscribing to Nintendo Power, which used to be essentially a magazine just for Nintendo games, and I feel like they would put like a chunk of a walkthrough for a game like this in their magazine if we were still getting that magazine, and if those still existed. Like I said, the internet's really kind of wiped out a lot of stuff, and you know, gaming magazines and, you know, strategy guides are definitely one of those things. And especially with this kind of medium here, this is a very visual medium, so using a book, you know, or like a magazine to get through a game, it's a lot harder than using a video to kind of get through a game. If you guys are following what I'm trying to say, which is really an interesting thought process there, is the advent of like YouTube also really kind of destroyed it too. But I'd rather do it myself. If I need the help, I'll read about it. Maybe I'll watch a video. I'm not going to go out of my way to but I sometimes, you know, it's you know, something to really kind of go through a game without knowing anything about it. And this is that game. We know nothing about Chrono Trigger. We have a few more games like that we're kind of working on. I've heard nothing but rave reviews about this game, so I was like, you know what? Let's play it. Yeah, we're supposed to go that way. So, okay, yeah. Alright, that's fine. We did reach a save point, which is all the way back at the beginning. So, there is that. We can save there. Actually, we probably could just use a shelter if we really wanted to. So, going back a few seconds there. If we slip and fall off that, like, ice path, we go all the way back down to the beginning. Which seems kind of brutal and unfair. But when you realize it's not that far, and maybe, like, 1 or 2 encounters, it's not that bad. I mean, it's frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely is. You know, when you have to go all the way back to the beginning of a section of a game like that, and that's one of those things, which is why I probably never play a Souls game or a Soulsborne, whatever you want to call them. I don't like dying. I don't like losing. So, and I think it's kind of neat that we're playing as we have Magus here, and Magus can just kind of float. He doesn't really touch the ground. So I don't see what the issue is how we got, you know, blown off of the, I guess, the thing, that, like the cliff. Like I said, we're really getting through here. This is the key thing. If we can get to Chrono today, I feel like we can start making our progress near that end game scenario. I feel like there's not much left in terms of story for this game to really tell, which is kind of sad. I'm really curious because a lot of people were like raving about how great this one guy is so behind. Raving about how great the Final Fantasy VII remake was, and it was pretty solid. I'll say. But the Final Fantasy VII remake was like a 40-hour game of, I would say, let's be real here, that section of the game in Final Fantasy VII was most likely, you know, 5-10 hours. So they really blew it up 400%. I would have loved to see this game get that special treatment, but you know, it didn't, and it probably won't. But it is a timeless game, and I'm really, like I said, I'm really enjoying it. It's giving me the urge to play more different styles of RPG, so to speak. Like, I want to play. I'm not the high fantasy type RPG fan, and by high fantasy, we're kind of lost right now. There's got to be a way to get down there. Oh, there's like steps. Okay, yeah, it all blends in there. I'm not a big fan of high fantasy, which is essentially like your medieval, you know, time period, like setup, you know, with magic and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I realized over the years, you know, as you play these type of games, as this guy's gonna mess up our day, we really there's a certain, everybody has like a certain like niche that they like. Like I'm a big, you know, Persona fan. Persona is my favorite JRPG or RPG game in general. And I want to play more games like that. I'm not as into high fantasy like a lot of the Western RPGs, you know, your Dragon Age titles. But there are exceptions I'll make. Final Fantasy is now more of a futuristic game. It looks like 16 is going to kind of try to blend in their they're trying to blend in that combination of what they've been doing recently, and we're gonna see what that's about. I'm excited for it. It's not something I'm gonna like, yeah, I'm gonna freaking punch someone to get a copy of it, but it's something I'll play. We'll play it, no problem. But what I'm saying is high fantasy games. Like, I really was looking forward to Kings of Amalur, Re-Reckoning, and I loved it originally. But now, about almost 10 years later, I'm not as into it. Like, The Witcher is a high fantasy type game. Love it. This has elements of high fantasy. Dragon Quest has elements of high fantasy, but that mixes in other elements as well. I feel like we're gonna get a boss fight here. I really do. Like, there's gonna be something that's gonna pop up and, fight us, and we're gonna get screwed. Because right now, like I said, our ultimate goal right now is to bring Chrono back. And if we're able to do that, awesome. But if, we have a boss fight, we're really kind of screwed. I don't think we're going to get there. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward bringing Chrono back. Let's see. And it looks like the Chrono trigger shattered, and it looks like Chrono's not coming back, apparently. Or, of course, we have to have some really dramatic sequence here. Oh, looks like we're getting like an eclipse. Pretty interesting effect they're doing right now here. I don't think they can bring Chrono back the way you think they would. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So it looks like what really is happening is we're going backwards. Well, yeah, we're going backwards in time. And we're going to replace Chrono with the Doppeldoll. And I guess Chrono's going to come back with us, like, through magic and stuff? Or we're going to have to take him back. Magus being, kind of insensitive about it all. But hey, I get it. It's fine. He's not really a big member of the party, and in a lot of the promotional materials you see for the game, he's not really there at all. It's focusing on all the other characters. I guess I don't know if it's like a spoiler that Magus joins your party, or if it's just, they don't want you to know, since, earlier in the game we think Magus is the enemy. So we were successful in bringing back Chrono. I thought it was going to take longer. I thought the climbing up the mountain was going to take more time. But I guess I was wrong. And now we have to figure out what our next steps are going to be. Usually in games like this, every character is going to have their little side quest thing to kind of close out their story. I wouldn't be surprised if this game does have that. I don't know if it does, because like I said, we're blindly playing this game. We know nothing about it. We just know that right now we're probably going to have to fight Lavos. The ultimate question is, how? So now I think we can actually play the game without having Chrono in our party, but we really probably should put Chrono in the party. So, yeah. So it looks like what we're being told right now by Gaspar, or the old man, the guru of time, is that there are certain things we can take care of, different quests, so to speak, that we can add to the game's experience. Obviously, they're optional. They're not going to prevent us from really doing anything. And it looks like he's also saying our characters do have their own kind of side quests as well. So there's a lot of extra quests we could do on the side, We can also hop on that bucket over in the bottom upper right-hand corner and just go straight to 1999 and fight Lavos there, or we can just go take on the Black Omen right away, which is another option as well. Obviously, I don't know anything at all about this game, so trying to figure out what we're supposed to do. As we're just going to go here. I don't know if we can go to the Black Omen and, you know, kind of go through it and then come back out. I don't know. It's not something I'm really familiar with right now. So we're going to encounter the Queen here. I wonder if she's going to say anything about... She's not going to say anything about Chrono being here when he's supposed to be dead. And I wonder how infuriating this Black Omen's going to be. Especially if it's like the last big section of the game. I could imagine this being like in a rage-inducingly long dungeon. Like I said earlier, I thought the Ocean Palace was endgame, and that was pretty decently long. That was not really short. This, I feel like, is going to be incredibly long, and we're probably gonna flow through all our shelters. If there's multiple save points throughout the dungeon, and like I said, I really don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know if we're able to leave after we fight this thing. If, you know, the stuff that the old man was talking about is stuff we can actually take care of later on. There's really no information that I have right now in my hands. About this game at all. So I know nothing, I was saying, and we're just gonna kind of try to figure out the best way to really just wail on this guy. I don't know if the best case scenario is literally, like I said, just wail on him and pray that it kills him. It looks like there's two parts. So he does have, like I said, he does have those two parts, the top part and the bottom part. So we gotta do AoE attacks and take them both out at the same time. He's got a decent amount of HP, though. We've done over 2,000 damage. I don't know if this constitutes like a mini-boss or if it's like just a regular enemy. I hope to God it's not a regular enemy. That would be brutal if it was a regular enemy. I'm thinking about it like that. If this is just a regular enemy we're going to encounter throughout this dungeon, I am going to lose. I'm going to lose it because we're going to die. We're going to get killed. We're not going to survive very long here, but, you know, like I said, we're going to wait and see what happens. There we go. We took care of the bottom and the top half. So he did have a decent amount of experience hit points, so to speak. Decent amount of experience points gotten. And our party is really hurt right now. I don't like that this is what I have to do. I have to, in order to heal the party back up, I really have to kind of use up our skill points, our skill statistic, not our skill stats, but, you know, use our abilities and kind of drain our skill points is what I'm trying to say. I'm having a hard time thinking of words I want to use, but we're gonna have to kind of go through this. I guess we'll hope we can get through it without any real issues. I feel like we're gonna have an insane amount of encounters in this area, this map, and we're gonna hope we can get through it with little like struggles. That is not something I want to have to go through. Is, you know. I really don't like these guys. I really don't. Let's see. Yeah, these guys are really getting on my nerves already. I don't like them. They're really just doing a lot of damage. Maybe we're under leveled for this point in the game. Like I said, I don't know. If we are under level at this point in the game, that's kind of sad. Because I don't want to be under leveled. I like being like either on par or over leveled. Not because of like just kind of blowing through everything. I do like a challenge, but I don't like feeling like I'm going to constantly be slaughtered mercilessly like we are. I don't like that feeling, and it's a really frustrating feeling to have. That we're just getting slaughtered here. These guys are really dragging out this fight. How much HP do these guys have? I feel like they have like an insane amount of hit points. That's a pretty cool move though by Chrono. There we go, one down. We took one down. That's pretty good. That's a good feeling. Oh, they have that half HP move. I hate those moves because it like hurts us more if they do it 4 or 5 times. Because like you start with, you know, like we said, Chrono's got almost 930 health points. You have us the first time, you're already at like 465. You keep doing it. You keep having our hit points over and over and over again, and yeah, it's not gonna kill us. It's just gonna keep having our hit points, and it's like, oh my god, just stop. For the love of all that is holy in this world, just stop doing that move. You see, like, Marl's down to 1 HP, Chrono's down to 9, Magus is down to 122. This is rough, and if this is what we're gonna be encountering a lot in the dungeon here, in the Black Omen, we are in for a bad experience. We're in for a rough experience, guys. Am I under leveled? We're all upper 40s. Do we need to be higher leveled to get through this without struggling immensely? Let me know down in the comment section, because I don't want to feel like we're gonna have a hard time, you know, getting through this. It's gonna take us longer than it, you know, it normally would to get through, you know, this dungeon. I don't like, you know, that feeling of being a I don't want to say being a failure. I don't want to say that. Uh-oh, what do we do? I don't know if these things are going to be good or bad for us. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Like I said, I don't know. Okay, that fight wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would be a lot worse than it was, but I guess it really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. That's good. I feel a little bit better now. Looks like we're getting another encounter here. And we're just going to kind of have Chrono just wipe everything out. That's a lot of damage. I didn't realize these statues were going to be our enemies. That is definitely something. I gotta, I gotta say, I didn't know that statues could really be enemies in this game. I guess they'll do everything. We got more of these statue things, and they shoot, like, I guess they're like missiles and stuff. I don't know. I feel like that's what it is. Like I said, we're slowly making our way through this, slowly getting there. We're not really making a lot of progress. Like I said, I feel like this is a major, like a mammoth dungeon. And we just gotta kind of just grind at it. We gotta kind of really just, I don't want to say force our way through, but that's exactly what it feels like we gotta have to do right now. We really just need to just push really hard. Taking out more enemies here. Like I said, this is a very, I don't want to say it's an interesting setup for a dungeon, but it is, it's one of those, it feels like it's going to be very repetitive up to a certain point. Now, I noticed these guys kind of run away. The guys at the corner here, once I take down the big guy, none of our hits are going to hit, so they're just going to kind of run away, and we'll be fine. You know, they can run away if that's what they want to do. Let them run away. If they want to run away, then I don't have to worry about fighting them. And if we can go on with our, you know, with our, I don't want to say with our lives, but we can go on with our time and not have to worry about, you know, struggling and dying over and over again. We still got more fights coming up. I did not like these guys in the future. I'm not going to like these guys here. Though they're obviously going to be stronger. And they already wiped out Marl, which is definitely a frustrating factor on my part here. So we're going to try to see how much damage we do. They have a lot of HP already. They obviously have more than 2,000 HP because I think we've done about 2,000 damage. And they do sap a decent amount of our HP away. The nice thing is Chrono has this move now called Luminaire. Luminaire does a lot of damage. It is, I think that's probably one of the stronger moves in the game. And we have the Golden Earring, which kind of halves the amount of MP that a move takes up, which is also a great thing, because now we don't have to worry about doing it like 5 times and having no MP left. And I'm really grateful that we were able to get that. I think there's only a handful in the game. I don't know. I feel like the Golden Earring's an overpowered item. One that we probably shouldn't really have too many of. We're going to get more mutants here. We can't run past them. That is one thing that does bother me about the game sometimes. You don't want to have to fight every little thing in the game. But we don't want to run away from every fight in the game. We want to have a balance where we don't have to do everything. Like I said, we don't want to have to do... And it looks like we actually did make some progress here. I was really kind of focusing on trying not to get angry with those mutants, so to speak. We're able to move on. We're able to get a little bit further ahead. And I feel like this elevator here is going to be a pain in my behind. I'm not a big fan of these kind of elevators. I feel like we're going to go down for a little bit. We're going to have like 3 or 4 fights in a row, non-stop. Oh, these guys are going to be a pain. Yo! I don't like these guys. I already don't like these guys. They just have Magus's health. They do a confusion thing. These guys should be like the end of me. They're going to be the end of me. They're like that Gato guy from the very beginning of the game at the fair. Now we have Chrono and Marl confused. Poor Magus is going to have to do all the work. And I don't know if that's going to be really effective right now. I hope these guys don't have a lot of HP. I really hope they don't have a lot of HP. I don't like them. The positive thing is they don't seem to have one of those quote-unquote killing moves, which is great for me because they can have my HP all day long. You can keep having my HP all day long, guys. You're not going to kill me. That's a good feeling. You know you're doing something right when they can't do that. These guys are really... guys are really getting on my nerves already. But like I said, I feel like we're gonna be fighting these guys. It's probably gonna be like several fights with these guys throughout this like little area, so to speak, here. And if that's the case, it's gonna be a long, you know, I don't want to call it an elevator ride, but it's gonna be a long ride. Oh, we got rid of one of them. Chrono attacking Marl is never a good sign. So he was confused again. This is, you know, I mean, it's definitely getting on the frustrating side. Oh, thank God he missed with Magus. Whew. We're not gonna have an opportunity to heal after this fight either, which is gonna be even worse. Especially if there's more of them. This is, like I said, this is a very long fight here. We'll just wipe those guys out. Oh, we do have the opportunity to heal, which is fantastic. I wasn't sure. Oh, we only had the one fight. That's actually makes me feel even better. I thought that was going to be like a 3, 4, 5 fight thing, and now we get treated to this right away. At least we did heal up. That's the big thing right now. And we can't use any tech skills. That's that thing's special ability, as annoying and frustrating as it is. But it doesn't really have a lot of HP, so we have that going for us. These two things are going to eventually run away. This looks like a great place for us to start wrapping this up for this time, guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in once more to our Chrono Trigger blind playthrough. We were able to resuscitate back Chrono, and we're getting ready for that. I guess we're that march towards the end of the game here, as we are climbing. Well, I don't know if we're climbing, but we're definitely making our way through the Black Omen. So, guys, make sure you guys come back next time. We're going to continue our playthrough here for Chrono Trigger. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know if there's anything you want to see me play in the future. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.